So I will present a case that is being developed in Rio de Janeiro, and it's called Rio Vivido, and I will explain what does it means. Rio Vivido is a service that connects all the people that have spare rooms and tourists who become their guests. The key idea, somehow cut. The idea is that all the people have always lived in the city, so they are living. They know all stories and unique and unknown stories and places and local traditions in the city, and they can be retired or amateur soccer players, carnival dancers, retired professors, housewives, or musicians, and they are able to promote a different experience in the city for tourists. What does Rio Vivido means? It's called Rio that have been lived in Portuguese and by all the people, and Rio that is lived together by all the people and tourists. The encounters between both are enabled and supported by online platform. This is the online platform. And then I start to answer the questions about empathy. The first question Lorraine sent me was, why does it promote empathy? Why? And so I start to answer because I have never thought on this on the perspective of empathy. And my first answer was all the people can be lonely, but they have always lived in Rio de Janeiro. One thing that have moved us to do this project is that Brazil was always being considered a young country, so aging was never being considered a problem for us. For somehow health problems, they died young or whatever. So it became to change, and it started to become a problem, and problem in a good way for us. Like, how can we face this aging population in terms of creating new services and new options and new ideas for how to age well. And the concept here is about active aging, and that is all the people that are able to perform and to not like they don't have any kind of disability. Through empathy with an older person, a tourist knows the city in a different way, and this leads an older person to rediscover the value of their own past life. This is some pictures of, we have prototyped the service, we call it a service. These are real photos of experience. In empathy here, for those that lives in the city, for tourists, the city is not anymore a place to be consumed, but has its own stories and meaning. It promotes a tourist that is based on local cultural values and trustful interpersonal encounters. So it's, you know, the city through this lens. So you have empathy with an older person, and you have empathy with the city. It's a strange concept to say the city has meaning. And it's like, you know, you can see the city like, okay, industrial tourism experience, you go to the Sugarloaf, you go to the Christ and whatever, and you take pictures, and the city means nothing for you. So the idea is that you can, through the lenses of older people, have a different kind of empathy with the place. That's it. And how it is an empathy thing, it was the second question. For us, it works because we, all the people personal life stories are displayed in the website, So who they are and the knowledge they have about the city are presented. So this is a kind of quote. We have also a video when they tell, and we follow them and how they live in the city, who they are. So the idea is that the tourist can say, okay, I will know the city through the lens of Jorge, that is this participant. So that's, I have said, the city through the stories of one of the older people presented in the website. So of course they can guide the tourists in the city, and all the people are trained to use ICT technology to keep interaction with former guests. Some of them are very skilled, but others not so skilled, so there is a training involved also to use the platform and to connect in the new ways with the former guests. What is the role of design in creating it? It was another question that Lorraine and Adam presented. I see this role in two levels. The first level, and it was really a very interesting experience, is to make this storytelling. When you arrive, like in the home of this older person, Maria, she was not really aware, how can I be interesting in somehow? And in doing this storytelling process, we discover a lot of things about who they are, who is she, and what is meaningful for her. And it was really powerful process, also for us, also for the students, because it's interesting. This is a graduate students doing this process. So it's part also of an activity we are doing also inside the DESIS lab in our university to also engage, this is more senior students in this process. So to discover these stories and to make the videos was really interesting encounters, and it's also a kind of empathy. Not empathy thing also as a result, but it was an empathic process in itself, between the students and the older persons. And we think that it was interesting to how we were able, and we still doing, to define and better define the business model, because this generates income also for them. So I think that it was like, okay, it was a big discussion to enable the service to run, like it will be financed, and how it is started, financed by the Rio de Janeiro state office, or it can have an autonomous business model which can be self-sustained. So many kind of social innovation or initiatives have this kind of question, how can this be paid by itself? So this have a kind of these have a business model that is a percentage of each, a very classic tourist model, but we are thinking also in diversify it and making also them only guide people in the city, not really host them in their homes and whatever. So the service is basically operating, but we are trying to understand how this could be diversified, and I mean to create more opportunities to generate income from those that participate on it. So that's it. When Lorraine Adam invited me to talk about what is an empathy thing, I really thought a lot of projects and sent to them a lot of cases, and I said, maybe it's interesting to know this process. Maybe I have already in my own work an empathy process that can be described, and I didn't figure out this as empathetic as far as you just asked me to think of that. I thought this in another different way, like sense making, and it's very interesting exercise to think the service in this under these lenses, how it's empathy thing. So it was really interesting. Thank you for this opportunity.